My child, when I say stop, you must stop and listen carefully. My beloved, I know you have faced obstacles that felt immovable. You pushed against barriers that would not shift, calling out in the quiet of your mind. You wondered if anyone noticed your silent prayers, if anyone heard the unspoken ache inside you. Hear this clearly, your efforts did not fall on empty ground. I have been attentive to your journey. I noticed every sigh and hope you held. I have been coordinating the right moment, even when it seemed nothing was changing. Unseen forces have been lining up in your favor, creating subtle shifts you might not recognize at first glance. Stay alert and keep listening until the message ends, so you don't mistake a true chance for ordinary distraction. Whenever you reach out with honest intent, I am present. Notice subtle shifts as they happen. I invite you to take part in what is unfolding. Share your hopes without hesitation and speak with confidence. Do not hold back your questions or your desires for the future. I am ready and waiting to respond. Trust that what you send out in faith moves toward me, and what returns will match the depth of your call. Your input shapes what comes next. You may notice a gentle stirring inside, a hint of fresh air where it felt stagnant. This is not random. It is a sign that possibilities tied to your core are opening now. Some of these opportunities will bring new resources so you can meet practical needs. Others will give you a platform to share your voice. Still others will invite renewal of areas you thought were lost. These signals help you notice new doors. Each opening is tailored to you. Remember that delays have not been mistakes, but part of a careful plan. While you waited, your patience grew steadier, your compassion widened, and your insight sharpened. These qualities were not accidental. They were developed so you could step into new situations with confidence and clarity. Trust this pause was chosen for your growth. The time you spent in pause was a season of preparation. You have been gathering strength and learning to trust in your own resilience. Now that season has come to an end, and it is time to move forward. The results of your steady endurance are ready to become visible in your life. You have gathered knowledge soon to use. Keep your attention fully on these words. Do not let familiar routines drown out this guidance. If this invitation resonates with you, welcome it openly. No past mistake, no setback, no delay can shut what is meant to stay open. What begins under this notice will continue without being forced closed by circumstances. Embrace this moment with clarity. What I allow to begin remains available. There will be voices that cast doubt or sow hesitation, but they do not have the final say in your path. My direction for you is not subject to outside opinion. You have a role, and you alone determine how fully you will embrace it. Hold firm in what you know. I am guiding you toward plans that hold good things for your life. When you trust in what is unfolding, you move forward into steadier ground. Even if you have lost your sense of surety at times, the path ahead keeps opening step by step, inviting you onward. Your past steps inform the present opening. Those openings still bear your name. With each new chapter come fresh duties and possibilities. Do not fear them. You will be given what you need when you need it. Stay connected to the source of this movement. Keep your heart open, your spirit humble, and your ears ready to hear the next prompt. Let gratitude shape your attitude and kindness direct your actions. Always remember how you began and who held you up along the way. It was not a random chance. Support is present when this feels heavy. I have been there when you felt your strength drained and when discouragement roared around you. I offered quiet support so you could keep going even when hope seemed out of reach. Now that new openings appear, you may hear old doubts question your readiness. Ignore those whispers. The help in motion around you is real, and no obstacle has the power to undo it. Let my presence drown out lingering fear. Listen again. Step confidently into what comes next. You have been equipped for what lies ahead, and you do not walk this road alone. Unseen supporters work to keep challenges at bay and to smooth the way. You might notice tasks aligning more easily or obstacles shifting aside. When progress feels fast, recognize it as evidence of these helpers at work. Trust unseen guidance working quietly behind scenes. Stay focused on each detail. This message still has more guidance to offer before it finishes. Your willingness to move forward affects not just you, but the people around you. As you take each step, your example will open doors for friends, relatives, even those you have yet to meet. Imagine each act of trust widening the circle of possibility for many others. Each forward step encourages others to follow. Continue to absorb every line here. Growth unfolds one step at a time. To move into what is new, you must leave behind beliefs of shortage, self-doubt, and fear of being overlooked. Those attitudes have served their purpose but cannot travel into the next season with you. Free yourself from beliefs that limit your potential. Let go of connections that drain you, routines that dull your spirit, and memories that keep old wounds fresh. Lay them down and step beyond any hold they have over you. I am starting something new in your life and need you to welcome it without old weight. Stay open to new possibilities. Allow habits and patterns that no longer fit to fall away. Keep paying attention to how you respond in each moment. Notice that resistance often grows stronger just before a real breakthrough happens. When you feel tension rise, hold steady. It means you are on the verge of something significant. Each time you resist, move closer to your goal. If feelings of discouragement grow louder, take heart. Those doubts often show up when progress nears a turning point. Refuse to pull back. Stay rooted in the certainty that what is happening is for your benefit. Remind yourself of the positive words you have received and speak them aloud until uncertainty loses its grip. Hold fast to what you know. Speak with strength. The shift you sense is the direct result of your consistent trust and effort. Follow through on the momentum you have built. I remain fully aware of your needs, questions, and desires. If this guidance stirs your attention, let it become the invitation you respond to with action. Answer this invitation with trust and action. This opportunity is expanding before you now. Step forward with respect for what has been done and excitement for what is coming. Let appreciation guide each choice you make and allow your confidence to shape the ground you enter. Show kindness in every interaction and leave a positive mark wherever you go. Bring intention to each step. Honor the journey. I am beside you in each hallway, on every landing, and beyond every threshold awaiting your move. Stay in tune with every insight until this message ends. Then take hold of what is available and lean into it. The route ahead is lit for you to follow. Step confidently, knowing this guidance lights your way. The encouragement you feel is a chorus urging you onward. Embrace it and keep moving. If these words reach your heart, do not keep them locked away. Pass them on. Then share a spark of confidence with others. There may be someone in your life standing at their own edge, uncertain if they can take the next step. Share these thoughts with them. Remind them they are not alone and that their call will be heard. When you extend this hope, you help open a door for them as well. Gestures can lift someone when they feel unseen. I see the doubts and the restlessness that keep you up at night. Your thoughts may dwell on how to find lasting calm, how to carry on when pressures on jobs, budgets, or family relationships feel overwhelming. You may search for a place to breathe without the weight of these demands pressing in around you. These concerns deserve attention. You have resilience facing them. I reach into those quiet hours to offer assurance to the part of you that longs for calm and rest. I understand that the world around you can feel harsh and unpredictable. You face challenges that test your resolve and stretch your resources. Perhaps tightening finances leave you watching each expense or family tensions disrupt your peace. Rest assured that focused clarity can renew your spirit. I am here. Perhaps you carry a quiet ache, a private dread that tells you you're too worn out, too flawed, too late to begin again. I speak to you now, not from some distant height, but from right beside you. I have always stayed close, though the weight of your struggles muffled my voice. I step into the confusion around you with a promise nothing can break. Let this promise settle. You are not abandoned. Share these words with 3 hurting people if you can and allow my calm to reach them as well. That simple act will remind you that hope still moves. Remember the quiet mornings when you felt a nudge to keep going despite weariness. That steady push was me breathing courage into your next small step. My peace feels like a warm coat around your fears, steady even when the wind rises. I recognize every tear, each sleepless hour, every whispered plea for help. None of it goes unseen. Think back and notice the subtle traces of my care folded into your story. The stranger who showed kindness, the flash of clarity during confusion, the friend who arrived just when you needed someone. You may have brushed these occasions aside, calling them chance. Yet coincidence cannot explain the precision of comfort. While you read, I stay with you, listening without haste. I know questions remain. Why does fear linger? Why does the ground feel shaky? That pull between dread and hope marks your hunger for something solid, for someone who stays. I am that steadiness. You were never meant to walk the hard valleys alone. Companionship with me is part of your design. When loneliness presses like fog, remember I offer a shelter stronger than any threat. Temporary comforts fade. My presence lasts. I give you a gift that lasts, myself. When everything around you cracks, I remain the ground beneath your feet. When doubt whispers that you are unworthy, my steady voice answers otherwise. If these words stir something in you, hold them close. Let trust grow quietly without fanfare or applause. Your past does not set a limit on my nearness, and failure does not cancel my care. Let that truth settle deeper than any label the world assigns. Some will applaud you, others will dismiss you, yet their opinions shift with mood and season. My regard stays fixed. It is not earned through perfect performance, nor lost through honest struggle. It simply is, and it remains when applause fades. You may wonder whether your mistakes have pushed you beyond my reach. Hear this plainly. I do not keep score. In the middle of regret, when you feel least deserving, I am already here offering a fresh start. No wound is too deep, no history too tangled for me to work within. Across time, I have lifted overlooked people and shaped their lives into narratives of hope. I can do the same with you. Do not imagine that I overlook consequences or excuse harm. Rather, I work within reality to build new possibilities. Growth may take time, and scars may stay visible, yet they can become reminders of endurance instead of shame. Every day offers another opening to move forward together. Picture your heart as a weathered boat on rough water. Waves slap the sides, wind howls, and you scan the darkness for steady light. My voice rises through the noise, guiding you toward a calm inlet. Follow that sound, and the storm loses power over your identity. The wind may continue, but it no longer defines you. Storm clouds might not part, and some waves still strike hard. Even so, they cannot erase your direction once you steer by my call. Notice the brief pockets of quiet during chaos. They signal that the harbor is near. Let me settle your thoughts when night is loud with anxiety. In everyday troubles, slim bank accounts, painful choices of people you care about, unsettling news from doctors, voice even a short, help me. My response may differ from your plans, yet it will meet what you truly need. Trust that I am weaving something larger than you can see. Financial shortfall and medical uncertainty feel immediate and sharp. I understand that sting. Bring them into honest conversation with me. You do not need eloquent phrases. Raw words are enough. Trust grows through such openness. Over time, you will look back and see how unexpected provision or inner resolve met the moment. Stay with me a little longer. Let these words sink deep like rain entering dry soil, nourishing unseen roots. I am preparing you for future seasons in which faith, hope, and calm will carry you. When outside noise swells, let my voice steady you. This moment can mark a turn toward trusting my promises more than your doubts. Waiting is rarely comfortable. You may feel as if nothing is happening below the surface. Yet patience lets deep roots form strength that quick solutions cannot provide. Accept the slowness as part of your shaping. I am never late, though my timing often surprises you. Let the pace teach trust. I have given you a purpose that fits who you are. Celebrate the gift of my closeness. Walk with me and strength will grow quiet and sure. You are valued more than you know, and your voice matters in the unfolding story around you. You might overlook your own influence, assuming bigger voices hold greater value. Yet, a quiet word of kindness can redirect someone's entire day. A steady act of integrity can shift a community. The purpose I place in you may look ordinary, but ordinary moments collect into lasting change. I hold you close and speak guidance with each step. Your life has meaning beyond measurement. I have drawn you here to remind you that your presence counts and your cries never go unnoticed. I formed galaxies, yet I also know every corner of your heart. Rest in my enduring promise to stay beside you through shadow and sunrise. Let these words convert whispers of doubt into steady courage. Take notice of the small victories. A deep breath after anxiety loosens, a genuine laugh shared over a simple meal, the courage to ask for help. These are milestones, not footnotes. Celebrate them with me. As you do, confidence will rise, steady, not flashy, and you will walk forward lighter. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine dry earth beneath a relentless sun. In distant history, tall walls offered safety from raiders and storms. Families hurried across open land, hearts pounding with hope, seeking the security those gates promised. Stepping through meant moving from chaos into calm. Scripture calls me your fortress and refuge, not as decoration but as reality. Such scenes might feel remote from your world. Yet the shared heart has not changed. We still ache for a place where danger cannot breach the door. I offer that place in every moment, no matter where you stand or what year the calendar shows. Those walls were lifelines, not museum pieces. When trouble arose, people left everything familiar and ran toward their shelter, trusting the strength of stone and gate. Passing under the arch, they breathed easier, knowing another day was possible. The same assurance stands now. I am no distant idea. My steadiness is ready for you. The walls themselves did not make people brave. The trust they inspired did. Inside, merchants traded, children played, and elders told stories, all because they felt secure. I want the same ordinary vitality for you. Work, rest, laughter, learning, all carried out inside the safety of knowing you are held. Picture a moment when burdens feel crushing, when fear circles like wolves at dusk, when weariness threatens to unravel you. Right then, I remain the open gate. Just as travelers once found shade inside strong walls, you can lean into my steadiness and rest. The winds may scream outside, yet inside my shelter the heat of trouble cannot scorch you. Entire clans once trekked for weeks, sandals worn, children in tow, motivated by the belief that the fortress would stand. My welcome is just as sure. Let that assurance settle in your bones. When another gust rattles the shutters of your mind, remember the gate still stands open. You never have to qualify for entry. Presence, not perfection, is all that is asked. They carried treasured blankets, clay jars, and hopes that span generations. In the same way, bring every concern here. Your goals, your loved ones, even the fragile wishes you barely admit. Inside my care, you will find more than safety. You will find steady companionship that quiets anxiety and lets your heart breathe. This picture is not an old legend. It is meant for you today. When ancient writers called me refuge, they were describing my constant nature. Security does not erase challenge. It reframes it. From within sturdy walls, you can plan, rebuild, and look outward with clear eyes. Inside my care, courage grows not by denying hardship, but by facing it together. You may hesitate, thinking your questions are too many or your doubts too loud. Bring them anyway. I welcome honest dialogue, not rehearsed answers. Our conversation can handle laughter, frustration, and silence alike. I'm always listening. Let your curiosity walk with me and see how understanding unfolds in steady increments. The path of friendship is built exactly that way. Bring your celebrations as well, the moments you wish someone would notice, the hidden victories that rarely receive applause. I rejoice with you there, and joy shared becomes stronger. I do not change. The shelter I offer stands beyond bricks and mortar. It is a place where your spirit finds steady ground even when the earth trembles. You may never cross deserts, yet your journey can feel just as harsh. When you need refuge, picture a strength that holds while everything else gives way. Long ago, safe walls meant survival. Today, resting in me leads to a life that outlasts fear. Amid rapid shifts and daily pressures, my promise stays solid. When you feel trapped, hear my quiet assurance. I am your safe place, a fortress no storm can dismantle. My shelter stands firm, and its entrance is never shut to you. However restless events outside may become, my essence stays steady. Here you will always find a still center where your heart can breathe, uncluttered by noise or hurry. Think of a lighthouse that keeps shining through years of storms, not loud, not dramatic, simply present. In the same quiet manner, I remain, offering you a clear reference point whenever you feel lost. You need not schedule an appointment or wait in line. You need only remember that the door stands open. You might ask how I can speak with such certainty about your safety. To answer, let me reveal more of what anchors me. My care for you is not a passing wave or fragile feeling. It is woven into my core, durable as bedrock. Because it is part of who I am, it does not erode when circumstances worsen or when your emotions swing. Confidence flows naturally from that permanence. The way rivers flow downhill, unforced, steady, reliable. So I speak with assurance because assurance is the only honest response. Because of this care, I close the distance between us, making it possible for you to live without dread. When you look in my direction, I do not see a face among thousands. I see the nuanced person you are, your hopes, doubts, humor, questions, and quirks. That recognition goes far beyond mere observation. It says you matter. Full stop. Let such awareness guide how you treat yourself and how you step into the world. When you know you are valued, you walk taller and you give value to others by simple presence. My ability knows no ceiling. Galaxies spin in their vast courses under my oversight. Yet a misplaced receipt on your desk receives equal attention. A bill unpaid, a friendship straining, an ambition that feels too far, none of these lie beyond my capability. Invite me into those corners, and fresh possibilities appear where you assumed walls were permanent. You may not see an instant shift, but you will notice a new steadiness that changes how you engage each challenge. And that shift opens previously unseen avenues. I never choose detachment. At dawn, when questions whisper, at noon, when tasks collide, at night, when tears move silently, I remain involved. My closeness does not hinge on flawless confidence or spotless conduct. It springs from my own decision to remain. When doubts rise, recall accounts preserved over centuries. Hungry crowds were fed. Sea crossings opened at the right instant. Fragile people found strength against overwhelming odds. Those narratives are not museum artifacts. They are the living truths that underline a pattern. Timely aid arrives. History is a record showing repeated results. You can expect the same outcome when you face pressure today. Your present struggles were modern clothing. Yet their weight equals any past trial. Anxious thoughts prowl like predators. Sorrow pounds like heavy surf. Fatigue feels like thick fog. While the forms differ, the invitation remains identical: step inside the refuge. Their transformation happens from the inside, not by erasing events, but by reshaping how they touch you. Pressure from outside may persist. Yet the grip around your heart loosens, giving you space to respond rather than react. That inner shift turns surviving into living with purpose. I speak courage into worry, direction into uncertainty, and meaning into pain. My presence refreshes you so you rise again with resources you did not know you possessed. Surroundings may shift without warning, but I hold steady underneath, giving you traction when everyone else feels the ground slide. The steadiness itself becomes a signal to those around you that another way of living exists. When life leaves you scraped and raw, do not hesitate. Run toward the refuge. The gate never rusts. The welcome never weakens. Inside, you discover more than a hiding place. You discover community with the one who knows you best, a space where your soul grows roots. Each return visit deepens the sense of belonging until the line between inside and outside blurs. And you learn to carry that interior calm wherever you walk. From that rootedness, you can venture out again with clarity rather than fear. Picture an ancient fortress, stones weathered by wind, yet still interlocked. That is a visual echo of the safety I provide. My care forms the bedrock beneath every wall, and that care does not chip away under pressure. Whether you celebrate on a bright summit or slog through a shadowed valley, the same strength holds you. Your setting changes, the support remains. Knowing this lets you engage highs without arrogance and lows without despair, because neither can displace the underlying foundation. You do not navigate life's terrain solo. I walk ahead as a scout and companion. Allow me to show you how to live fully inside the cover I extend. When thoughts race, slow them by whispering my name. No special ritual, just an honest breath. That single act builds a bridge from tension to calm, proving again that help is as close as your next inhale. Over time, the bridge becomes a well-traveled path, and worries learn they cannot hold you hostage. I formed you for closeness, not isolation. Bring me the cargo you were never designed to drag across years. Begin each morning with a brief acknowledgement of my presence. Let it shape your schedule before the world's clamor intrudes. Through the day, offer quick arrows of gratitude or request whenever something stirs your spirit. These small exchanges weave an unbroken thread that keeps us connected. The thread may seem fragile, yet it can tow the heaviest load without snapping because it ties into my strength, not yours. Pay attention to quiet gifts, a bird's call at sunrise, a door held open, a deep breath before a meeting. Let gratitude rise naturally in response. When major decisions loom, bring them into the conversation as well. Each deliberate turn toward me reinforces the walls around you, much like adding new stones to a fortress so it can withstand bigger waves. You soon realize that safety is not stagnant. It is a living structure that expands to match the size of each new challenge. Spend regular time with writings that carry my voice through centuries. Those pages do more than inform. They start a dialogue inside you. As you linger, second-hand stories become first-hand insight. Deep roots spread unseen yet essential, giving stability when surface winds pick up. The result is not stuffed memory, but lived wisdom that shows in balanced reactions and thoughtful words. Over time, you will notice that panic gives way to perspective more quickly, evidence that the roots are holding. Seek companions who also lift their gaze my way. Shared encouragement forms a barrier against loneliness. When one person forgets a promise, another can remind them. This mutual rhythm keeps despair from finding a foothold, especially during extended nights. Several times a day, pause, close your eyes, and picture yourself inside sturdy walls. Hear the gate shut, not to imprison you, but to keep threats out. Feel your shoulders drop as the atmosphere of safety sinks from mind to body. Practiced regularly, this brief exercise changes how swiftly you shift from alarm to composure, allowing calm thinking to replace reflexive worry. Over weeks, you will notice a peace settling like a steady heartbeat beneath every activity. Bring each fear and failure into our dialogue. I do not deal in shame. I deal in steadying grace. As turning to me becomes second nature, frantic reaction gives way to sincere conversation. The switch from panic to prayer might feel small, yet it marks the difference between spinning wheels and moving forward on solid ground. Over time, the new habit writes itself into your reflexes, so your very first response to stress is to look for my guidance. Trouble will still knock, yet its power to shake you diminishes. Inside the refuge, peace holds like a well-anchored ship, letting waves slap the hull without capsizing the vessel. That stability frees your energy for creative solutions rather than exhaustion from constant alarm. You remain aware of challenges, but awareness no longer equates to paralysis. It becomes a call to thoughtful action. This shift marks genuine resilience, the kind that holds over decades. Peace offered here is not escape. It is a revised posture toward hardship. The entrance to that reality never closes, day or night. Accept the invitation repeatedly and let the words you read now sink deeper until they change default patterns of thought. Old grooves of fear may resist at first, but patient repetition opens fresh channels through which calm can flow. Keep choosing, and soon the new pathways feel natural. Anyone who chooses to live in the quiet place of closeness lives under my shadow. This is not poetic exaggeration. It is a practical description of consistent presence. Treat that presence as home, and you will notice how quickly outside noise loses its authority. The shadow is not darkness but cool shade that makes long journeys possible even under harsh sun. Choose to return to it as often as thirst sends you to water, and you will stay alive to purpose. Think again of a tired traveler sinking down beneath a broad oak when midday heat grows unbearable. My protection is that shade, quiet, tangible, reliable. No speech required, merely rest, and strength gathers for the next stretch of road. The scene is unremarkable to passers-by. Yet the difference it makes to the traveler is life-defining. That same quiet effectiveness marks my care for you. Trust turns the handle that opens the gate. I keep watch like a sentry scanning ridgelines, spotting trouble before it reaches the walls. Danger seen and unseen meets a response shaped by wisdom, never panic. You can rest knowing that vigilance never lapses on my shift. Even while you sleep, the guard remains active, proving that safety does not rely on your constant alertness. This awareness frees you to engage daytime tasks with full attention rather than split focus. My shelter is present, not postponed. Let that fact reshape outlook, fortify resolve, and plant hope where resignation once sat. Inside these walls, you have a permanent address. Even while circumstances shift outside, knowing where you belong changes how you travel. You journey as a resident returning home, not a drifter unsure of welcome. That confidence shows itself in balanced decisions and patient conversations that surprise those around you. When burdens feel crushing and battles leave you spent, pause. Remind yourself the fortress stands. The door is open. Strength awaits. You are never required to earn entry. The only requirement is to accept the welcome. Release the sigh you have been holding and step inside. Even a few minutes of conscious rest can reset an entire day. The effect compounds over weeks, turning exhaustion into a sustainable rhythm. Within this refuge, calm settles like soft snowfall, quieting the loudest storm. I do not promise avoidance of every hardship, but I guarantee that hardship cannot erase your worth. There is a line it cannot cross, and that boundary is my commitment to your enduring good. Knowing this sets a floor beneath you. You may stumble, yet you will not drop into hopelessness. The assurance functions like a safety net for the spirit. Lies may whisper that you stand alone. Yet my steady voice counters each accusation. Even when the sky darkens and next steps blur, I guide with light sized perfectly for the current stride. Presence in hardship is proof of devotion, not evidence of neglect. Recognize that distinction, and despair loses one of its sharpest tools. In the clarity that follows, you will see options previously hidden by panic. Threats show up in many forms: downturns, lingering illness, broken promises, quiet loneliness. I address each directly, stating that none will hold ultimate authority over you. Their noise may continue for a season, but their verdict is overruled. Let that legal metaphor settle. The final judgment is already issued, and it speaks of your secure future. With the verdict decided, you can focus on constructive steps rather than defensive panic. Words carried through history are not dusty relics, but living evidence that apparent impossibilities can bend. Breathe them in until confidence pushes fear aside. Courage does not deny risk. It proportionally enlarges hope, so risk no longer dominates the horizon. Fill your internal library with such accounts, and you will always have references when uncertainty attempts to shout. Over time, you will instinctively compare present crises with past breakthroughs and remember that change remains possible. Helpers you cannot see move on your behalf, shifting events in ways you may never trace. My attention extends from cosmic scale to the hair on your head. Walk forward with the calm that comes from being noticed. You need not obsess over tracking every detail. Simply live gratefully, aware that unseen support is part of the fabric around you. This realization converts vague anxiety into quiet trust. Every step matters. When you trip, I lift. When you tire, I carry. When you feel encircled, I shield. Your task is to notice, agree, and keep moving. Progress measured in small inches still qualifies as progress. Celebrate little advances, and momentum grows, fueled by gratitude rather than pressure. Over seasons, those modest inches accumulate into miles covered in quiet confidence. Care is offered, not imposed. Picture a traveler drenched by rain who spots a porch a few steps away. Shelter waits, but entering is voluntary. That simple choice changes the entire experience of the storm. The porch does not remove the rain from the sky. It removes the rain from your skin, which is the difference that matters. Choose wisely, and comfort becomes practical rather than theoretical. Pride, shame, or doubt may argue against entering. Ignore them. One honest plea brings you inside, and much that threatened you loses strength in that moment. The shift is immediate, even if external problems persist. You are not laboring to earn protection. You are settling into what already exists. Review the record of earlier times. Small stones outmatched giants. Wild creatures were restrained. Waters split open dry ground. These moments shout of faithfulness that keeps repeating. Let them form a backdrop so large that present fears look small against it. Perspective does not deny difficulty. It places it in correct proportion. Those accounts are not distant legend. They highlight a pattern that endures. Invite me into your current chapter and watch fear shrink while obstacles turn into opportunities to witness reliability in real time. Your story then encourages others, continuing the cycle. In this way, individual relief becomes collective hope. People around you notice calm under pressure and begin to ask where it comes from, opening doors for meaningful dialogue. Conditions outside may shift like dunes, yet my promise stays like bedrock. You are never alone or defenseless. Hold tight, and no storm will sweep you away. Resilience is not empty talk. It is the natural outcome of reliance on what cannot be shaken. Knowing this lets you focus on constructive tasks even while winds roar. Purpose gains room to grow because fear no longer monopolizes attention. Walk in the light I provide, and darkness cannot extinguish your hope. This agreement is unbroken, anchored in steady devotion, renewed with each sunrise. Light may appear small, yet a single candle removes total darkness from a room. In the same way, even a flicker of remembrance brings orientation when confusion thickens. Guard that flame through attention, and you will always find your way back to center. Your life forms one chapter in a vast record of care. Stay near, and your own experiences will join countless others, confirming that refuge is more than an idea. It is a lived reality. Future readers of your story will draw courage the same way you draw courage now. Thus, comfort received becomes comfort shared, stretching across time. This is how quiet faithfulness ripples outward farther than any of us can measure. Let me guide you through accounts of ordinary people who faced impossible odds and yet moved forward. Their paths shine like trail markers, proving that trust leads somewhere solid. Read them slowly and see how persistence paired with reliance produces surprising outcomes. You will notice variety in their situations, but consistency in the support they received. Variety shows freedom. Consistency shows reliability. Together they offer a clear view of hope woven through daily realities. Take their examples seriously and observe the common thread. I remained constant whether they stood on open plains or lay awake through restless nights. The principle endures. When trust is extended, peace follows. This is not superstition but repeated experience recorded across cultures and eras. Keep that record in mind when present circumstances attempt to claim uniqueness. History argues otherwise. What looks unprecedented to you is merely unfamiliar, not insurmountable. Hold this understanding close. The world may roar, yet my quiet voice steadies you. Circumstances may pivot without warning, yet my commitment refuses to budge. Return to this center as often as breathing. Just as lungs fill and empty rhythmically, let turning toward me become automatic, sustaining life beneath words and actions. Consistency here is not monotony. It is nourishment. Each return strengthens the connection and widens your capacity for calm response. Stay connected, and no wind will overturn you. Rest in my shadow, and fear will fail to name you. Walk in steady light, and hope will keep rising. These statements are not slogans. They are descriptions of reality for anyone who chooses proximity. Keep choosing, and the description becomes your lived story day after day, season after season. One day you will look back and see a clear pattern of endurance stitched through every memory. When evenings grow long and questions linger, remind yourself of these simple truths. The gate still stands open, the shelter has not shifted, and the one who welcomes you has not grown weary. Let that recollection settle your breathing, slow your thoughts, and free your hands to take the next modest, faithful action in front of you. Over months and years, these repeated choices form a groove of trust so deep that even sudden storms cannot shake you from it. Its depth becomes your quiet, personal, unbreakable advantage. Amen. Thanks for watching God's Helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon. Don't miss out daily God's message.